Saladin, whose birth name was Saladin Yusuf ibn Ayyub, remains one of history's most revered figures, a brilliant military leader and a symbol of chivalry and justice, especially celebrated in both Muslim and Western cultures. Born in 1137 in Tikrit, Iraq, his family was Kurdish, hailing from the Dilmun tribe, which had migrated south seeking opportunities in the Zengi dynasty's expanding territories. His father, Ayyub, served as a general in the Zengid army, and his early years were shaped by a militaristic environment and the political complexities of the time. The Zengids, under Nur ad-Din Zengi, were actively resisting the First Crusade and expanding their control over Syria and northern Mesopotamia, providing Saladin with a first-hand understanding of the conflict between Muslims and Crusaders. Saladin received a thorough education, not just in military strategy but also in Islamic theology, law, and the Arabic language, cultivating a deep piety and a commitment to justice. He quickly demonstrated exceptional intelligence and a strong moral compass, earning the respect of his father and other military leaders. After his father's death in 1149, Saladin joined the court of Nur ad-Din Zengi in Damascus, beginning his ascent through the ranks of the Zengid military. Initially, he served as a minor official, but his talent for diplomacy and military affairs soon became apparent. Nur ad-Din recognized Saladin's abilities and entrusted him with increasingly important responsibilities, including the governorship of several key Syrian provinces. One of the most challenging early appointments was the governorship of Baalbek, a strategically important city near the border with the Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem. His control over Baalbek allowed him to secure the region and consolidate his power, laying the foundation for future campaigns against the Crusaders. The political landscape of the Levant was fractured and complex, with various factions vying for power among Muslims, Crusaders, and Byzantine Greeks. The Kingdom of Jerusalem, ruled by King Amalric, was a particularly formidable opponent, known for its skilled knights and aggressive military tactics. Saladin skillfully navigated these treacherous political waters, using diplomacy and alliances to gain influence and strengthen his position. He forged alliances with rulers in other Muslim territories, including Egypt, with the aim of uniting the Muslim world against the Crusaders. His ambitions ultimately led to a clash with Thoros, the governor of Egypt, who was effectively a Crusader vassal. In 1164, Saladin launched an invasion of Egypt, seizing control of Alexandria and decisively defeating Thoros' forces at the Battle of Haran. This victory marked a turning point in Saladin's career, establishing him as a major player in the region and securing his control over Egypt. He became the de facto ruler of Egypt, though nominally recognizing the authority of the Fatimid Caliphate in Cairo. However, his true allegiance lay with strengthening Muslim power and expelling the Crusaders from the Levant. Upon the death of Nur ad-Din Zengi in 1174, a power vacuum emerged in Syria, presenting Saladin with an opportunity to expand his influence further. Various Syrian rulers and factions contested control of the Zengid territories, plunging the region into chaos. Saladin skillfully exploited this disarray, using a combination of military force and diplomacy to gradually annex Syrian cities and provinces to his growing empire. He faced opposition from other Zengid princes, as well as from the Crusader kingdom of Jerusalem, but his military prowess and political acumen allowed him to prevail. By 1177, Saladin had consolidated his control over most of Syria, uniting the region under his rule and effectively ending the Zengid dynasty. His focus now turned to the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem, which he saw as the primary obstacle to a unified Muslim presence in the Levant. The Crusader Kingdom, though weakened by internal divisions and external pressures, remained a formidable opponent, possessing skilled knights and fortified castles. Saladin initiated a series of campaigns against the Crusaders, aiming to weaken their defenses and provoke a full-scale conflict. He captured several key castles and towns, gradually expanding his control over the border regions and isolating the Crusader kingdom. His campaign was also complicated by a major conflict with King Guy of Lusignan, who briefly usurped the throne of Jerusalem. A truce was negotiated in 1184, but tensions remained high, and the conflict was far from resolved. The death of Baldwin IV, the most capable Crusader king in decades, in 1185, further destabilized the kingdom of Jerusalem. His successor, Guy of Lusignan, proved to be an ineffective leader, making critical strategic errors that paved the way for Saladin's final victory. In 1187, Saladin launched a massive invasion of the Crusader kingdom, striking with overwhelming force and swiftly capturing key cities. The Battle of Hattin, fought on July 1st and 1187, proved to be a catastrophic defeat for the Crusaders, shattering their army and leaving the kingdom of Jerusalem vulnerable. The Crusaders, exhausted and disunited, were unable to effectively resist Saladin's advance, and Jerusalem itself fell to his forces on October 1st, 1187. The fall of Jerusalem sent shockwaves throughout Christendom and sparked the Third Crusade, led by Richard the Lionheart. Saladin treated the civilian population of Jerusalem with remarkable fairness and respect, allowing them to leave the city or pay a ransom for their freedom. He permitted the Muslim clergy to return to the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which had been desecrated by the Crusaders, and ordered its restoration. Despite the Third Crusade, Richard the Lionheart was unable to recapture Jerusalem, and Saladin retained control of the city. A truce was negotiated in 1192, establishing a fragile peace between the Muslim and Christian worlds and dividing the Levant into spheres of influence. Saladin died in Damascus in 1193, leaving behind a legacy as a brilliant military leader, a just ruler, and a symbol of Muslim unity. His dynasty, the Ayyubids, continued to rule Egypt and Syria for several decades, although their power gradually declined. Saladin's impact extended far beyond the military realm. He was renowned for his chivalry, his generosity, and his commitment to Islamic values. His legacy as a just and honorable ruler resonated throughout both the Muslim world and Europe, earning him a place among history's most respected figures. His actions significantly shaped the political landscape of the Levant and contributed to the complex interplay between Muslim and Christian civilizations for centuries to come. The memory of Saladin inspired later generations of Muslims to resist foreign domination and to strive for unity and justice. In Europe, he was often portrayed as a noble adversary, a valiant warrior who embodied the ideals of chivalry. Saladin's story continues to be retold and reinterpreted, serving as a source of inspiration and a reminder of the enduring power of faith, courage, and justice.